about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
This program is for mature audiences only.
Please have your fake ID ready.
Get out of bed, you lazy
We found the only way to start the day.
Hey now.
Get on the go with radio.
Hey now.
We like to use it for household music. The daily chores are never a bore. For weather information, this is the station.
3, 2, 1.
Rise and shine, sleepyhead.
I'm not letting you go to work today.
Wait, what?
Everybody, listen up.
Welcome to The Drive.
Morning, morning, morning.
You're going to talk. Get on the phone at 339-1140. Pretty awesome, huh? Jump in on our text line at 441140.
Everyone is talking about it. You must know that.
The Drive starts now.
Hey now. That's what she said.
I have new toys. Look out. It's The Drive. It's a Monday edition. Monday, September 24th. The songs don't go well together, but welcome in. I'm doing anything I can to wake you up. Wake you up in a friendly way. Not wake you up in an aggressive way like my daughter likes to wake my wife up every morning. And then my wife calls me later and yells at me about it. Like I did it.
It was always such a funny thing growing up is when my mom would come wake me up for school.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, time to wake up.
Yeah.
You know, get the shoulder rub or the light shoulder shake and like, hey.
Yes.
Or she'd come in. She would know that I like to kind of knock back out for a few minutes.
Sure.
So she'd come in a few minutes early and say, hey, gotta get up in a few minutes.
Yeah, that's great strategy by a mom.
My dad would come in and just do the dad thing like, hey, let's go.
Wake
Time to
up.
Get up.
Hey, wake up.
It wasn't that aggressive. That's how Doug does it.
Hey, that's an early yet welcome segue into my topic today for the Drive Morning Blog. I'm Dave. That's Kyle. Yes, if you are tuned in on the video simulcast of the program, which you can get at KH2K.com, top right of the screen on your desktop, sort of the middle of the scroll. If you're on your tablet or phone, you should probably find it by now. Our thanks to Jiffy Lube and Sac Republic, who clinched a playoff spot. More on that later yesterday in Oklahoma. But you'll see that I am going for the championship today. There's no screwing around today, Kyle. It's all business. I got my Sunday Reds on Monday. In recognition, golf doesn't have jerseys. Golf is golf shirts. In recognition of Tiger winning the Tour Championship, I'm wearing my Tiger Woods red Sunday polo. No hat. Went for no hat today.
Nike with the golf polos is just
the best.
A+. Ricky Fowler has some good stuff as well.
Just going to say, Puma does a really good job. Under Armour, I
wasn't going to start calling out specific
I'll
companies.
call them all out. Screw them. But that's a really good segue. You talked about your mom waking you up and all that.
Hey, Puma, I love your golf shirts. Big fan.
I'd love them even more if I had more of them.
I'd wear them every day on our video stream.
Oh, don't do that. I got in trouble for something like that the other day. As we're rolling through the video stream. I wore that's all fair stuff, but I wore the wrong shirt. Let's just say that. I didn't know there was a wrong shirt to wear, but I wore it. Anyways, Sports Fest on Saturday. Hey, thanks to all of you for coming out. Man, for being our first Sports Fest, I was really impressed. I think we learned some things. It always sounds like I'm trying to play it up, but it was really bad. I shouldn't have started that way. Like, it was great. We had fun. A lot of people had fun. Your feedback has been fantastic. All the athletes showed up, were on time, did their thing. Our thanks to Derek Lee and Uriah Faber and all the Sacramento Kings and all the Monarchs and Matt Walbeck and everybody who showed up out there. But I will say, being there all day, going through all the stuff that could have gone terribly wrong and didn't, there's one thing that happened at Sports Fest that has stuck with me all weekend, and I'm not going to say made Sports Fest a negative for me personally, but it definitely took some of the luster off. And Kyle, you'll understand this because I think you've been with me long enough to understand how I think and how I obsess on dumb things or weird things.
Sure.
Why this bothered me so much. So before Sports Fest happens, it's around 10-ish, 10:15, 10:30. And we're getting ready to go on Good Day Sacramento. Myself and Damian Barling. Kyle's about to say something. I stopped.
I would love to start pronouncing Damien's name.
Damien.
Different. Damien Barling.
Demeen. Well, that works.
Oh.
So we're about to go on.
Very fitting.
Of course, thanks to Mike Barnbaum for doing the video tease for us before we went on with Good Day. He asked, give him credit. He asked the reporter, hey, do you want me to do the tease? And she's like, yeah, go ahead.
And he dominated
it. I'm going to fast forward because I don't want to give all this away right away. I'm just going to go straight to the punchline. Turns out, and Kyle, you were there and watched the Good Day hit and all that.
Mm-hmm.
Turns out I find out later that you were with your mom and your girlfriend.
Yeah.
And I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know who you were with, and obviously things were going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I won't say what because I know everyone's listening, but I will say, and I think you would agree with me, I was very intent on doing the television hit because we were about to go live.
Right.
But I tried to do you a favor before I went on.
You did me a huge favor.
Which was, okay. So I'm glad we're on the same page. It's what our interaction was.
Uh-huh.
And then I went and did the hit, and then I had to go prep for our first announcement or something.
Uh-huh.
I am sick that your mom and the two most important women in your life were right there with you. I've never met them.
Uh-huh.
And I didn't get to meet them. And I just kind of like talked to you real quick, probably gave them like a sideways glance like, hey, how you doing? And then just took off.
You thought I was just standing there next to two random women?
I didn't even think about it, which is my
and that's
fault.
So that's where I figured I knew you were busy. I went into that day going, hey, Dave's going to be a busy cat. I'm not going to bother him with stuff. And I knew you were doing your TV hit, and I'm sure you were racing around. And I didn't want to put you in a position where you were like, oh, hey, great to meet. I got to go.
All of that is accurate. All of that is accurate, and I think what we have here
I figured it's such a big deal for you to meet my mom and my girlfriend.
This is true.
I don't bring coworkers home every day. So I figured it would be a better setting instead of a rushed, hi, Dave.
Right.
Nice to meet you.
Right.
It would be better if, we went to dinner.
Yes.
Went to, some fire wings.
Sure.
Hung out.
Right.
And had a cordial chat.
You've met my parents.
Yeah.
You've
where
dined with them at
Fire Wings.
Fire Wings.
Thank you. You know who met my mom and girlfriend?
Oh, God, who?
Damien.
Did he? Yeah.
Damien, no, you know why Damien? Because Damien went out of his way.
Because Damien cares. Right. Damien's a good guy.
Right. Damien went out of his way to be like, hey, are you Kyle's mom and girlfriend? Hi, Damien, how do you stand him?
Did he seriously? Did he really go out of his way to talk to them? What an ass kiss.
See, he put two and two together that the two women I was standing next to were my mom and my girlfriend. And he went.
Listen, I should have figured
the
that
only
out.
reason he did it was to throw shade at me.
Mm-hmm.
To be like, hey, he's trash. What are you doing hanging around him?
There's nothing I take more seriously than family. And I would want people, if I brought my mom and dad around, to go out of their way to meet them. I get where you're coming from. I do. And you're erring on the side of nice. But man, I thought about it all weekend long. What must they think? Oh, hey, yeah. Oh, the guy Kyle works with. Yeah, good job just blowing us off.
No, I told them after you walked away, I was like, that's Dave, by the way. He's super busy. We'll catch up with him later.
Would you please apologize to them for me? Tell them I truly feel horrible about not actually meeting them. I would have probably come off the stage in the middle of an interview to meet them if I had put that together and just tell them that I'm a flighty bastard who sometimes misses things, and in that case, because of everything that was going on.
No, you're a busy guy.
Yeah, but I
get it. They get it.
That sounds so a-hole.
No.
Busy.
No.
I'm sorry, Mom and girlfriend.
This was the first time we were doing this event.
Yes. Never too busy for family.
We were rolling up right as it was starting. You were doing a good day hit.
Now, screw the good day hit. It's not as important. I would have said, you know what, good day? Why don't you let Mike and Damien do the good day hit? I said, you know what I learned Saturday? Although it's fun and exciting to do business stuff and to meet fans and do your job, in the end, when it all goes away, Kyle, there's nothing more important than family.
Couldn't agree with you more.
We'll take a break when we get back. Hey, we've got a
Big Fat Harry show for you?
BFHS for you today, yeah. Big Fat Harry show.
Hashtag BFHS.
Hashtag BFHS. All
hashtag
right.
Drive 1140.
Use the hashtag, thank you, Drive 1140. For tight-ass texter at the 916, he's already started on a Monday. You guys really talking about this crap and all this stuff that happened this weekend in sports? You guys are stupid. Yeah, hey, welcome to the show. The first segment's never about sports, you moron.
Hey, it was about Sports Fest.
Yeah,
and something more important than that, family.
You're not allowed to listen to the rest of the show. I'm blocking your radio.
Yep.
You're too dumb to listen.
Call it in.
Save it for Rome and D'Lo and Grant and Doug.
And Jason.
You and Jason. Too dumb to listen. You're not allowed to. You're suspended from the mornings for a day. Sorry.
1 day suspension.
1 day suspension for being stupid. When we get back, Morning Brew as voted on by you guys in order that you voted on Twitter last night. Biggest stories of the day. One of the stories you're probably thinking of, I'll give you a hint, one of the local football teams not in the Morning Brew. We'll do that next. We got a big day of all kinds of stuff going on, a huge sports weekend. We're back in a couple. Sports 1140 KHTK.
Week 3 of the NFL concludes tonight with Monday Night Football. One of the early stories of the season has been the undefeated Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the play of veteran QB Ryan Fitzpatrick.
A great throw on third down by Ryan Fitzpatrick. My goodness, is there anything he can't do?
The Steelers have been stuck in neutral and are desperate to get their engine running.
A tie. So we're going to take this in little nibbles. We'll take a tie, and then we'll come back another day and win.
Tampa Bay and Pittsburgh tonight on Monday Night Football here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
This ain't the first time it's happened, is it? Yeah, that's how it is with backed up drains. A DIY fix might clear things up for a little bit, but you'll keep getting backed up at the most inconvenient times until you fix it right. So call the home service heroes at Bonnie. For most clogs, Bonnie can fix your drain for just $97. They'll use professional-grade equipment to cable out your clogged drain till it's flowing free and clear. Boom, problem gone. No more half measures and no more worries. Not every problem can be fixed by cabling, but Bonnie has the cameras, tools, and expertise to diagnose and fix bigger problems correctly. Plus, their stand-up techs will shoot you straight, show you the video, and provide guaranteed quotes. But honestly, 80% of the time, it's a $97 fix, if you're smart enough to call Bonnie. Details at Bonnie.com. License 696355. BONNEY. Bonnie.com.
Clearance is on now at Maida Chevy in the Elk Grove Auto Mall. Exclusive Maida Chevy all-in-stock discount pricing on every new Chevy. Hundreds to choose from. Plus, great GM rebates and incentives. All-in-stock discount savings on every Maida Chevy. Plus, over 1,500 four-star reviews. Where? You know where. MaidaChevy.com. Don't stress when you can pay less at Maida Chevy. See why everyone's saying, I
made a great deal at Maida.
Geico presents Unhelpful Home Improvement How-Tos.
Lightning can spark a fire in seconds. So today, I'll show you how to protect your belongings by covering them in a fireproof blanket fort. All you need is a hammer, nails, and 700 fireproof blankets. Upon completion, you'll notice your apartment isn't just fireproof, it's also extremely cozy.
You could try to protect your valuables with a fireproof blanket fort, or you could get covered for personal property damage through the Geico Insurance Agency. Go to geico.com to see how affordable renter's insurance can be.
I used to post to job boards,
only to sort through tons of resumes,
just to find a few candidates for
my sales team,
my hair salons.
That old process was not smart.
Then I went to ZipRecruiter.
Its technology scans resumes for me to find the right people
and actively invites them to apply.
So I get qualified candidates fast. smart.
See why ZipRecruiter is rated #1 by employers in the U.S. Try it now for free at ZipRecruiter.com/find. That's ZipRecruiter.com/find. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. Based on Trustpilot rating of hiring sites with over 1,000 reviews.
Have you heard the expression that knowledge is power? It's definitely true in the criminal justice system. I'm attorney Darren Kavanoki with your 1-800-NO-CUFFS Legal Minute. Here's 3 quick tips to help protect your legal rights. First, the right to remain silent only helps if you exercise it, so please shut up. Next, if police want to search you or your stuff, consider just saying no. You don't have to consent. And if you're stopped for suspicion of DUI, think about politely declining those roadside gymnastics like standing on one leg. Did you know those tests are optional? The police won't tell you, but you don't have to do them. The more you say, the more you do, the better the chance you're leaving in handcuffs. Repeat after me. I'd love to, officer, but my lawyer would kill me. Please call 1-800-NO-CUFFS. The real pro tip is to put 1-800-NO-CUFFS on speed dial now, because no one looks good in handcuffs, unless you're into that sort of thing. 1-800-NO-CUFFS.
Big things are happening at Stockton Honda with the introduction of the all-new redesigned 2019 Honda Insight Hybrid. This premium compact sedan provides appealing style and fuel efficiency that rivals other leading hybrid models. You gotta check out this premium compact sedan, the 2019 Honda Insight Hybrid. You won't be disappointed. Come in today and meet our friendly staff or go to StocktonHonda.com. Stockton Honda, anytime, anywhere.
Attention laborers, tree arborists, and equipment operators. Mountain F Enterprises is hiring and you could be the next perfect candidate. If you have experience in any of these fields as a laborer, tree arborist, or equipment operator, Mountain F Enterprises wants to hear from you. Text MFE to 71441 now. MFE offers full benefits, a 401k plan, and many options for growth within the company. Text MFE to 71441. You can also apply online at mtfent.com/employment. Mountain F Enterprises, the leader in utility tree safety.
This CBS Sports Minute is sponsored by Lexus of Roseville.
Roseville Lexus. Here, Roseville, think Lexus. Now think Smart Choice, because you can now schedule your service appointment from your smartphone, anytime, day or night. Located in the Roseville Auto Mall.
Lexus Roseville.
You're amazing. Welcome back to The Drive.
It's just my job.
It's time for the Morning Brew. Now, here's Carmichael Dave.
Shotgun snack for Garoppolo. Jimmy stepping up, avoiding a rusher, spinning out to his left. Can he make something happen? Looking toward the end zone, not going to run sideline. Garoppolo to the 10. Garoppolo takes a hit, and he's down at the 8.
And he's hurt.
At the 7. And Garoppolo is a little slow getting up.
And I give Jimmy a lot of credit for trying to stay back inside, Ted, but he's got to go out of bounds right there. He cannot take that hit.
Boy. Oh, boy, Niner fans. That was not what you wanted. Jimmy G, let's just say it. We won't be irresponsible and report he's out for the season before hearing it officially, but the Niners think he's done.
When the head coach in the postgame presser says, we're fearing an ACL.
Let's just count how many times we've heard coaches say that, and it wasn't an ACL. I can't.
He limped slowly to the blue medical tent. He was carted off. He hopped on one leg to get his leg examined. He rode on a cart out of the stadium.
Yeah. It's because he dated a porn star, right, Kyle?
That's exactly what it was.
Happened. That's going to be the
it's
hot take
because
of
of
the day.
that Jordan endorsement deal. If he had just focused on football and his playbook,
you got to train.
He would have known to get out of bounds.
Hey, I just saw someone in the background of your shot. I think we just got our first TV debut. I think there's something going on with the lights in there. I see a little face pop in and pop out. Totally distracted me. I don't care about Jimmy G anymore. I'm so happy she got on the air.
I'm working on, spoiler alert.
Yeah.
I'm working on getting some cutouts, some props for our video stream.
Yes.
And one of the ones I'm going to get is a Eunice face.
That's fantastic. Although the delivery is a little off here because we have the depressing song in the background, so it kind of makes it sound like that's going to be really depressing. It's actually a very happy thing. More on Jimmy Garoppolo, the state of the 49ers, the next C.J. Beathard era about to start. And could the 49ers...
Can't wait.
Could the 49ers, Tim Kawakami was positing this morning, could the 49ers be looking elsewhere? And he threw some names out that'll get the blood going a little bit. And by the way, not just Colin Kaepernick's name, which obviously is going to be in there. Brew, number 2.
7 feet. Tiger wants to close it out right now with a birdie. And so does this massive gallery, the biggest they've ever had in the history of the Tour Championship. One of the largest galleries all year on the PGA Tour. Uphill putt. Tiger gives it one last practice stroke. All eyes on Tiger. The putt on the way, and it just missed left. He walks up and taps it in for par. Tiger Woods wins the 2018 Tour Championship. Both arms in the air.
We got to go quick on these. Plenty more on Tiger Woods later. Now, to us, I put out a poll yesterday. What's your top story? I think the Niners beat Tiger by 1%. But let's just be honest. Nationally, worldwide, there was nothing close to the story Tiger Woods was over the weekend. He wins the tournament. Comes a Justin Rose birdie on 18. That close to winning the FedEx Cup in a completely improbable fashion. This was the return of Tiger Woods. You've been sniffing it. You've been feeling it. And the sports world and the golf world are absolutely on fire. I've never seen a scene like that yesterday. Kyle, I don't know if you caught any of the highlights, but watching everybody walk with him up 18
that was as soon
insane.
as the 49ers were done, because I have to watch that for my job.
Sure.
We immediately turned on golf.
And you got a chance to catch the end?
Oh, yeah. It was incredible.
Fan-freaking-tastic. Congratulations to Tiger Woods. Brew number 3.
They hand it to Gore. They flip it back to Wilson. He throws it downfield. Wide open. Grant. Grant at the 20. Dives back inside the 10. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown Miami. Oh, what a play by Adam Gase. What a gimmick play that was.
Well, I told you.
The A's fall to the Twins 5-1.
Yeah, A's fall to the Twins 5-1. There were no baseball highlights. So Kyle was good enough to include both in there. A's, both Oakland teams lost. What do you want? And yesterday's poll, Niners and Jimmy Garoppolo with 41% of you said that was our top story. 40% said Tiger Woods. 13% said A's. 6% voted on the Raiders being the top story of the story they wanted us to cover the most today. Both of those teams lose. Not a good day for Oakland. Good news is one of those Oakland teams is going to be in the playoffs here very, very soon. We'll take a break. When we get back, we'll open up a little bit, play some highlights and lowlights, if you will, of the 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo probably being done for the season. It's The Drive, Sports 1140 KHTK.
The Grant Napier Show with Doug Christie.
You know what? Everything we can play on.
No, you can't. All right, here it is.
But Chris can figure it out. Hey, Chris, you listening in there?
Do you know who Nicki Minaj is?
That's from. That would be Nicki Minaj.
Oh, Minaj.
All right, so.
Grant and Doug, weekdays from 3 to 7 on Sports 1140 KHTK. We do sports.
Men, are you looking for an affordable option to treat erectile dysfunction that won't break the bank? Melrose Pharmacy has the answer. It's called Sildenafil, the same active ingredient in Viagra. Melrose Pharmacy is offering a huge cost savings on this generic 20 milligram tablet. Get 50 tablets for just $100. That's $2 a pill. A prescription from your doctor is required, and we offer free discreet mailing. Call Melrose Pharmacy, 1-844-826-7829, or visit melrosepharmacy.com and cash in on the savings today.
I'm Craig Ashton of the Injury Law Firm of Ashton & Price. So here's a scenario. You're shopping and minding your own business. Your feet encounter a slick surface, and the next thing you know, you're injured and staring at the ceiling. In slip and fall cases, lots of evidence typically exists, like video, witnesses, sweep sheets, and the like, which needs to be obtained to maximize the understanding of your case. So if you've fallen and you're injured and you believe more than gravity is to blame, call Ashton & Price. There's never a fee unless you win, so call Ashton & Price for a free consultation.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
This is Boomer Esiason with the CBS Sports Minute, brought to you by Napa Auto Parts. Keep your car on the road with quality parts and Napa know-how. Looking for yesterday's biggest losers in the NFL? Let's start with John Gruden and Bill Belichick. Chucky's Raiders are now 0-3, while Khalil Mack, whom he traded away, has more sacks, forced fumbles, and pick sixes than the entire Oakland defense combined. Meantime, Bill Belichick's Patriots have now lost back-to-back games for the first time since 2015, while Brandon Cooks, whom he traded away, had more catches and receiving yardage than all of New England's wideouts last night. Elsewhere, Jacksonville suffered a post-Patriots letdown, falling at home to Tennessee. Another AFC South squad, Houston, fell also to 0-3, while San Francisco lost more than just a game in Kansas City. The Niners may have lost franchise quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo for the year with a possible torn ACL. As the NFL turns, folks, as the NFL turns. I'm Boomer Esiason.
Napa know-how. Keeping it simple is usually a good thing. And when it comes to rewards programs, keeping it simple is always a good thing. That's why we made the Napa Rewards program effortless. All you need is your phone number to start saving on the parts and tools you need. Then we automatically give you $5 off your next purchase for every 100 you spend. So start saving today with Napa Rewards. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One and a member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
No matter who you are, there's something special about saying, I'm a college graduate. And it's even better when you can apply what you're learning to the career path you're pursuing. At Colorado State University Global Campus, our 100% online programs are personalized to align with your goals, so you'll be more than ready for the job market. When you receive your bachelor's degree, you'll already be using the skills and knowledge necessary to succeed. Visit csuglobal.edu, where online education isn't another thing we do, it's all we do.
Chase Chevrolet is a proud sponsor of football coverage on Sports 1140 KHTK. Located on Holman Road off Highway 99 at Hammer Lane in Stockton, Chase Chevrolet has a large selection of both new and used vehicles. Come check out the new 2018 model cars and trucks on hand today. Whether you're looking for the all-new Cruze, a Malibu, Tahoe, or a Corvette, you will find it at Chase Chevrolet. Call 1-800-24-CHASE or log on to ChaseChevrolet.com. Chevrolet, find new roads. Chase Chevrolet, buy into it. Sacramento Republic FC is back in action Saturday, September 29th at Papa Murphy's Park, first to Portland Timbers 2. Game time, 7:30 p.m. Go to SacRepublicFC.com for ticket info.
Listen to Football Friday on Sports 1140 KHTK, brought to you by Maida Chevrolet, where the model year clearance is on with in-stock discount pricing on every Chevy at MaidaChevy.com. Find new roads.
Now your sports update. Sports update. Powered by Mercury Insurance.
Hey, it's Kyle Madson with your top stories on Sports 1140. Tough day for Northern California sports yesterday. The 49ers lost 38-27 to the Chiefs, but that was not their biggest loss of the day. They fear they've lost quarterback Jimmy Garoppolo for the season with an ACL injury. That won't be confirmed, though, until later on today when he has an MRI. San Francisco is now 1-2 on the season. The Raiders also lost yesterday, 28-20 to the Dolphins in Miami. They fell to 0-3 on the year, and the A's had a chance to clinch a playoff spot in their final home game of the season, but they face-planted. It was a 5-1 loss to the Twins. They also would have pulled within a half game of the first wild card following the Yankees' loss to the Orioles. They did not. So the A's are in Seattle tonight with another chance to clinch a playoff berth. They need a win or a Rays loss to clinch. And in golf, Tiger Woods won the Tour Championship. It was his first tournament win since 2013. It's 6:31, and time to get to StocktonHonda.com anytime, anywhere.
Here we go. The drive continues now.
First down, 49ers at the Chiefs 35. Under center, Garoppolo. Play fake to Morris. Boot to his left. Squares up on the hash mark. Throws back across the field. Wide open is used. Check at the 10. And he walks in. Touchdown, 49ers.
3rd and goal at the 4. Now Mahomes trying to get it right. He sends Watkins in motion across his face mask. Chiefs lead 14-7. Mahomes in the pocket, peeling away, being rushed. Now peels back to his right, trying to keep the play alive. Pump faking, fires it late. It's caught in the back of the end zone. Touchdown! Kansas City.
First time in the red zone. Garoppolo back to throw. Throws across. Caught by Goodwin. He'll go in for a touchdown. Garoppolo under center. Check part of a strong right set. And they're going to give it to Morris running right. Morris diving toward the goal line. And he is going to be marked. Touchdown 49ers. Shotgun snack for Garoppolo. Jimmy stepping up, avoiding a rusher, spinning out to his left. Can he make something happen? Looking toward the end zone, not going to run sideline. Garoppolo to the 10. Garoppolo takes a hit, and he's down at the 8.
And he's hurt.
At the 7. And Garoppolo is a little slow getting up.
And I give Jimmy a lot of credit for trying to stay back inside, Ted, but he's got to go out of bounds right there. He cannot take that hit.
Jimmy, all right, it's a knee. I know we're fearing ACL. We'll find out for sure tomorrow.
Well, there it is. Jimmy Garoppolo likely out for the season. Kyle's in charge of all the sad music today. We laugh through our tears.
I'm really trying to.
Raider fan is probably like, bro, we're 0-3. Like, come on. But let's be honest. I'd rather be 0-3 with my quarterback healthy than 1-2 and C.J. Beathard. Let's be real clear as to who's got the upper hand in the Bay Area in football right now.
The Raiders are probably going to finish with more wins than the 49ers.
If there's no crazy moves being made,
yeah,
which I don't think it doesn't really make sense to, you're probably, Niner fan, looking at about a 5-win season. Maybe.
Dude.
Maybe.
5?
Okay.
3. I would be flummoxed.
Flummoxed even.
Bamboozled. Flabbergasted.
Ugh.
If this song in the background's killing me. I would be shocked if they won 5 games. CJ Beathard stinks, dude.
Yeah, he's not good. He's not good. And it's interesting, too, because I'd love to be, even with the loss to Kansas City, and they would have lost even if Garoppolo hadn't been hurt. It'd be nice to be talking today about Matt Breida, who once again broke off a fairly big run, averaged 9 yards a carry. I mean, this guy averaged more yards on the ground than the guy rushed for more yards than the entire Kansas City team. Alfred Morris almost did that by himself. You know, there would have been some positives to talk about.
Matt Breida went into that game averaging over 8 yards a carry and increased his yards per carry.
Yeah, at some point now, 3 games into the season, we need to talk about Matt Breida, and maybe this is for real, and they found themselves a really good running back.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not. But it's 3 games.
He's going to get a lot of use.
Oh, my goodness. He's going to get about 70 carries a game.
We are going to see the rest of this year, and we've seen it a little bit already, but we're going to see the rest of this year how much impact a head coach has on a team, because I think any offensive production they get will be solely because of Kyle Shanahan scheming guys open.
Do you, and we're going to get into this hardcore at 7:35, but do you think they should give any thought to grabbing a different quarterback 3 games into the year? Like, are we because if they don't, we're giving up on the year. That's over.
Well, and I think that's kind of where they're at. Like, if you look at their first 3 games, while sure they were a couple plays in Minnesota away from being 2-1 coming out of this game.
Yeah.
Their defense has too many holes. Like, they're just too flawed to go out and make a splash signing or a splash move at quarterback. Like throwing like a second round pick at the Saints for Teddy Bridgewater or something.
Right. Which
you'd probably need maybe even a first round pick.
Which would be more than what you paid for Garoppolo to the Patriots.
Colin Kaepernick's a name that keeps coming up.
Sure. I don't think that's happening for many reasons.
I don't either, but there are quarterbacks potentially available and on the free agent market that they could go get and say, hey, we're trying to compete this year. And I just don't think I don't think they're going to go do that. I don't think they're going to be compelled to do that. They drafted C.J. Beathard with the hopes that he could play. He's been their backup. He knows the system.
Yeah,
they're going to rock with him.
But he's not good.
Yep. And they'll take their top 10 draft pick and use it to find a pass rusher.
Robert Griffin III?
Maybe you go get RG3 for a, sixth?
Maybe. Yeah.
5th round pick, maybe? I mean...
Nick Foles? I don't know. Carson Wentz just came back.
I don't know. I don't think they will do that because they need all the draft capital they can get because the other Jimmy Garoppolo injury aside, the major takeaway yesterday was the 49ers are fatally flawed defensively. We saw that against Detroit. We saw it even more so yesterday. No Jaquiski Tart. Adrian Colbert got hurt early. Akello Witherspoon didn't even start.
Yeah.
Richard Sherman got hurt. Fred Warner and Reuben Foster are bona fide stars. DeForest Buckner's a good player, but Solomon Thomas, he played over 50% of the snaps yesterday. If you told me he didn't play, I would have believed you. He's a zero impact player. Eric Armstead is a little to no impact player. Jimmy Ward, a former first round pick, he's not a good player. They have way too many holes to be discarding draft capital for a quarterback to come in and maybe get him to 5 or 6 wins.
Sure. Okay, and we'll get into this more, like I said, at 7:35. But here's a real wild card for you. Jameis Winston. I've heard this more than once. If Fitzpatrick goes out tonight and doesn't suck, Jameis is set to come back next week. Now, there's no experience with the system. He is, if I understand it correctly, he's got a 5th-year option for next year.
He does.
Okay.
Because he was a first-round pick. So first-round picks get that 5th-year option.
Sure.
But again, you're looking at how much would you have to give up to get him? Would they take Eric Armstead straight across?
Well, it'd probably be picked, wouldn't it?
Right. So that's what if they're not taking draft picks, or if you can get out of there without giving up major draft capital.
Yeah.
So maybe, but they are so hell bent on, they being John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan, are so hell bent on building this culture. And Chris Biederman of the SAC B wrote a piece earlier in the season about the boxes that they check off. And obviously you have to be a good football player, but how many of these boxes do you check off to fit in the culture they're trying to build? And I have a very, very hard time believing that Jameis Winston checks enough of those boxes.
Culture-wise, he doesn't. Of course he doesn't.
Sure.
But we've also seen many times, especially in football, that when the going gets tough and you're up against a wall, all of a sudden sometimes those ethics get bent.
Here's the other thing. Jameis Winston's 5th-year option is probably going to be like upwards of $20 million next year.
It's 20, I think 20.9, almost $21 million.
So call it $21 million.
Yeah.
And then you don't need him after that.
Right.
Like you have Jimmy Garoppolo under contract.
Yeah.
So it would be a very short-term solution because Garoppolo is going to be back for the start of next season.
Sure.
Barring a setback. So you're looking for a quarterback this year.
Yes.
And that's it.
You're renting a quarterback.
Yes.
Yes.
So to go get Jameis Winston, who it would need minimum probably 3 weeks to get enough of the offense under his belt to be able to run it.
Yeah.
And you probably lose all 3 of those games, so now you're sitting there at 1-5 when he comes in. I don't foresee it happening. I think they are going to go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, do you not think Jameis could learn on the fly and come in on the fly like Garoppolo did last year? It wasn't perfect, but Garoppolo did it.
Even Garoppolo needed a couple weeks.
He did.
And they, like I said, they probably lose both of those games. They have games against the Packers,
Do you think they
the
lose,
Chargers,
do you think
the
they lose against Cardinals
Rams.
in 2 weeks?
No,
Yeah.
probably not. But they might with Beathard under center.
I mean, they could conceivably go into that Cardinals game you're talking about, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, being 2-5.
Yeah. And I think they are quietly fine with taking a top 10 pick.
Wow.
And hiding under the guise of, hey, this is a complicated offense. CJ Beathard has experience in it. I believe they traded up to get Beathard.
I think they did too.
So
that sounds right.
This is.
but he sucks, and fans know he sucks.
Yeah.
And that is a tough sell. That is a tough sell to your fans. Hey, it's game 3. Yes, we got hit with a devastating injury. We're throwing in the towel.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it's a long-term vision where, hey, we're not going to give up draft capital to acquire a quarterback for 1 year.
But they're throwing in the towel on this year. If that happens, they're throwing in the towel on this year. Well, we just talked about they're a 4-win, 5-win team. I mean, they're throwing in the towel. Yep. They're for perhaps good reasons, but they're throwing in the towel.
Yeah, effectively, which I think is probably fine. It's very rare that you can lose a starting quarterback, and people are going to point to the Eagles. That's called an exception to the rule.
Very much.
It's very rare that you can lose a starting quarterback and continue to be competitive.
By the way, for the record, you can't stop talking and then give me the we have to go sign, and then when I prep to go, then make like a last point. That is so unfair. Now that we're on video, I think everybody should know this. That's dirty. That's dirty, and when I meet your mom and girlfriend, I'm going to tell them about that. I'm going to say, Kyle plays dirty.
Yeah, he does.
We'll take a break. Raiders, Dolphins, when we get back. They lost. They're 0-3, but they're actually the happier story in the Bay Area when it comes to football. We'll get in there, and we'll talk about these second-half collapses. What'd I tell you on Friday, Kyle? We'll come back with that next right here on Sports 1140 KHTK.
This is The Lowdown. The Lowdown.
Did you see Jason Worth said super nerds are ruining baseball?
I did.
Here's the quote, Jason. They've got all these super nerds, as I call them, in the front office that know nothing about baseball, but they like to project numbers and project players. I saw that article. I was like, let's bring Jason Worth, because I don't remember the last time we brought up Jason Worth on The Lowdown.
Might be the first.
It probably is the first.
So you're saying the show's been worthless?
The Lowdown with Damian Barling and Jason Ross. Weekdays from noon to 3.
Right here
on Sports 1140 KHTK.
So you say it hasn't happened to you yet. Well, we hope it never does. But chances are, sooner or later, your pipes will clog and you'll have a drainage problem. It's a part of home ownership that stinks, sometimes literally. And DIY quick fixes won't cut it. Fortunately, the home service heroes at Bonnie can fly out to your house and make that big problem go away fast. Yep, in 8 out of 10 cases, Bonnie can make your drain problem go away by cabling out your drain line for just $97. And if you're the exception, you'll really be glad you called Bonnie and not some Jake with a snake plumbing and drain guy. Bonnie has the specialized cameras to diagnose your problem correctly. And our stand-up techs will show you the pictures, explain the problem, and lay out all your options. Plus, we'll fix the problem for the price quoted, guaranteed. So call Bonnie for your drain problems and we'll save the day fast. Typically for just $97. For details, go to Bonnie.com. License 696355. BONNEY. Bonnie.com.
You make it. 2018's most anticipated tour is coming. Jason LD. High Noon Neon Tour. This Thursday night, Toyota Amphitheater with special guests Luke Combs and Lauren Elena. Tickets are on sale now at livenation.com. Jason Aldean, live.
Summer may be behind us, but the deals on Toyotas are hotter than ever. Get to your Toyota dealer now for $2,000 cash back on RAV4. Or choose Highlander and get $1,500 cash back. Plus, both come with Toyota Safety Sense and Toyota Care 2 years no-cost maintenance standard. So you'll drive worry-free. Wouldn't it be nice to take on the day in a new Toyota? Cashback is available through TMNA and must be applied to transaction. Offers end 10/1/18. Toyota. Let's go places.
For professional staffing, there's only one name you need to know. Robert Half. Robert Half custom matches our candidates to your specific hiring requirements by combining personalized service from local staffing experts with an advanced matching technology based on 70 years of successful placements. For highly skilled accounting, finance, IT, legal, marketing, or administrative staffing, count on Robert Half. We'll find you productive, engaged employees. Learn more at roberthalf.com/radio.
What does building a better bank look like? It starts with building Capital One cafes, warm, inviting places that feel nothing like a typical bank, where you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. And you'll always find people ready to help you, not sell you. Welcome to Banking Reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Cafes available in select locations. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
FAST is the nation's largest gig speed network. Beyond FAST is the complete reliability of 4G LTE backup. That means whether you're downloading big files, swiping credit cards, or emailing your sales team or customers, your business can go on even if the power goes out. When you're a business owner, you need speed and reliability. For a limited time, make the switch to Comcast Business and get an amazing deal on fast, reliable internet. Just one more way you can take your business beyond. Get started with 75 megabit internet for $49.95 per month when you add 2 voice mobility lines. Call 1-800-501-6000 today. Comcast Business. Beyond fast.
Offer instant 518. Restrictions apply. New business customers only. 2-year agreement required. Early termination fee applies. Equipment taxes and fees extra subject to change. Connection Pro backup limited to up to 6 hours.
Grant Napier here. Nothing tops the feel and performance of driving a new Lexus. And there's no finer place to acquire one than Lexus of Roseville. In the Roseville Auto Mall. Here, Roseville, think Lexus.
Lexus Roseville.
The drive continues now.
Back in the gun is Carr. Takes the snap, eyes the field, time, end zone, touchdown! And he goes back to Jordy Nelson. Why not? Hudson's the center, Osemele's the left guard, Jackson is the right guard, it's the middle. Marshawn is behind Smith, the fullback. Carr's up underneath center. Here comes Marshawn, jumps into the end zone for the touchdown, no doubt about it.
They hand it to Gore. They flip it back to Wilson. He throws it downfield. Wide open. Grant. Grant at the 20. Dives back inside the 10. Breaks a tackle. Touchdown Miami. They pitch it out to Albert. Wilson down the far sideline. 50. He's going to go the distance. Albert Wilson high five. Keep Grant. Touchdown Miami.
Carr wants this first down call by Coach Gruden from the gun. Look out! Throws it as he's hit, end zone, intercepted. It was picked off by Howard. Bryant was the target, but Derek Carr was hit on the release.
We have a lot of work to do here, and we're going to continue to work. I'm proud of the way we're competing. We played 3 teams, I think, that might be undefeated. I don't know. Played 3 good football teams, and we played them hard. But we got a lot of work to do here. We'll continue to work. And we'll get this show on the road here hopefully soon.
Well, that was Raiders head coach John Gruden. How quickly stars will fall. As the excitement surrounding Gruden and his contract. And yes, I hear you, Raider fan. Not all of you were excited about Gruden. And some of you that were excited about Gruden are claiming you were not excited about Gruden when you signed him. The Raiders have played the 2-1 Broncos, the 3-0 Rams, and then, of course, yesterday, the 3-0 Miami Dolphins. Yes, that means the 3 teams they've played are a combined 8-1. They have played 2 of those games on the road. And I'm going to try to make Raider fan feel better here, and they don't want any part of this. The Raider fan doesn't want any part of what I'm about to say. But I want to throw a couple things out at you, and please understand, I do not believe this is 100% of the reason why they are 1-2. But I think it contributes. And I think this is why you can feel a little better about yourselves, despite the fact that you're 1-2. We have talked over the last 2 weeks extensively, I have at least, about the elevation in Denver being a problem and that humidity in Miami being a problem on Sunday. Well, guess what? They were outscored 21-10 in the second half in Miami. Now, there are other reasons other than the humidity. But they have outscored their opponents 35-17 in first halves, and 64-17 they've been outscored in the second half. Think about that. Outscoring opponents 35-17 in the first half, being outscored 64-17. I saw an interesting note from somebody online yesterday that at first I thought was wrong. The Raiders have not trailed during a snap prior to the fourth quarter all year. And at first I thought that was wrong. I was like, well, hold on, wait a minute. That Rams game, but that was the last play of the third quarter. They never took a snap trailing. They haven't taken a snap trailing in the first three quarters all year. Think about that. There are adjustments by the other team. There's a lack of adjustments by John Gruden. There are mistakes being made by the Raiders. But I very, very much believe the elevation in Denver and the humidity in Miami has played a part. And I'll give you one more reason why I believe that. The Raiders are the oldest team in the NFL at 27.4 years. Now, sometimes these numbers are a little goofy because the youngest team in the NFL's average age is 25.2 years. That's a difference of 2.18 years between the oldest team, the Raiders, and the youngest team, the Bengals. But think about this. That's the average ages of 53 players per team. Multiply 53 by 2.18. That's a difference of 116 total years between the Bengals and the Raiders. In other words, and I'll give credit to this study from the Philly Voice that did this, I found, if you took the 23 oldest Raiders and cut 5 years off their ages, they still wouldn't be as young as the Bengals roster. They're an older team. It takes them longer to get into shape. That elevation in Denver is a killer at the beginning of the year. We told you the stat ad nauseum. Denver 32-3 in the first 2 weeks of the season at home over the last 30 years. Now, I don't know what the stats are on Miami at home in the first 3 weeks of the season, but I'll bet they're well over 500. They have outscored opponents 64-17. They've been outscored in the second half. 64-17. And have outscored opponents 35-17 in the first half. And the combined record of teams they've played this year, 8-1. That's my case. That's my case I'm making that the Raiders are not as bad as you and a lot of other people think. I don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. Probably not. I don't know if they're going to start playing crappier teams and still suck and still get outscored in the second half. That could blow my theory to kingdom come. But I don't know if I throw in the towel yet. They've got the Browns in 6 days. Then they go down and play the Chargers. Then they come home and play the Seahawks and Colts. And then they get a 49er team that no longer has Jimmy Garoppolo. The schedule is going to start opening up. Chargers, Cardinals, Ravens. I wouldn't throw in the towel on these Raiders yet. I would throw in the towel on the Niners. I would not throw in the towel on the Raiders yet.
Yeah, Marshawn Lynch said yesterday they're like a couple plays away. And
they are.
He's absolutely right. And especially in the AFC, man. The AFC is not good. 9-7 gets you a playoff spot. Think the Raiders can go 9-4 of their final 13?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yes, they'd have to have a lot of things fall their way. Is it likely? It's probably not more than 50% odds, but it's certainly in the 40s. And by the way, last point, Kyle, 33, 20, and 28 points. That's nothing to write home to mom about, but that's the defense is actually bent, not broken until late in these games. They just have to, and I want to know how much of that's the environment and age.
Yep.
More on that later. When we come back, the biggest story of the weekend, Tiger Woods, as I am dressed in my Tiger Woods Sunday red. Tiger Woods finally wins a title, and he almost won the biggest title of the year, non-major, that is. The Drive back with that next. Sports 1140 KHTK.